Okay, so get honest with me here today and think about how many times you made a plan, set a goal, try to put something in place, maybe even use the WOOP method that I keep going on and on and on about. But by Wednesday, you've already fallen off. Like nothing has happened. And you think it's because you're lazy, but you're not. You're not lazy. It's just that we all are experts at self sabotage. So I want you to sit back and think, are you the one that is standing in your own way? Here's the thing. If you don't fix the self-sabotaging behavior today, you're going to carry those same habits into 2026, which I don't want you to do. So in this video, I'm going to go over the common ways that we sabotage ourselves and prevent ourselves from moving forward. I'm going to show you how to spot the ways that self-sabotage comes up, but also how you can break the self-sabotaging ways and don't take them into next year. Self-sabotage way number one is our old friend procrastination. That means we continue to put things off until next week, next month, next year. And what happens with that? Sometimes next year, next month, putting it off, pushing it away never comes. Like we never get to it. We never get to enacting that plan and moving forward in our life to make a change because we're like, I'll wait until I get everything else in place, or I'll wait until it's the perfect time to actually execute something, or I'll wait until this happens, or that happens, or this doesn't happen, or I have more time. Like the list goes on and on and on. What is your favorite procrastination way? Let me know in the comments because there's so many. But how can we fix our procrastination? One thing that I like to do is break things down. So when we look at what we have to do, a task we have to accomplish, a goal that we have set before ourselves, it seems so enormous. It's huge. So what I like to do is break things into something that's smaller. So let's say I am going to, which I have, write a book. And I can't say, okay, I'm going to write a book today and that's my goal and that's what I focus on because that seems so overwhelming. There's so many steps that need to go into that. So what do? I break it down to something smaller. I am going to open up my computer and write one paragraph today. Then tomorrow I'm going to write another paragraph. Then the next day another. So it adds up. These small steps add up into something big. But what is it doing? It's creating momentum and it's action. So as soon as you take that first step to doing something and one thing happens, it's easier to do step two or day two or thing two because you've already done thing one. Does that make sense? Because you have your momentum going and that's your fix. Your fix is to get over procrastination, is to take the first step. One of the other things that we all have to do is deal with clutter. So sometimes it's like, I'm going to wait to clean that up until I have enough time, or I'm going to organize my closet when I can do X, Y, and Z, or I have this certain organizer I want to get. But what can you do? Okay, I need to organize my closet. I'm going to go through my sock drawer once. I am going to do this on Tuesday night and hang up 3 shirts. I am going to fold all my sweaters on Wednesday. So you break the larger task into something smaller. Let me know if you think that will help. The next self-sabotage way is the cousin of procrastination, and it's perfectionism. So what happens when we always want everything to be in order and perfect before we begin? That makes us feel like we are making progress. That makes us feel like we're moving ahead because we're putting things in order, but we're not actually making a step towards the actual goal. We're just lining things up. We are putting things in a neat little row and tying a bow on it. However, we haven't made any forward momentum, any forward progression towards that goal that we're trying to reach or towards that task that we're trying to complete. What happens with perfectionism is it tricks us into thinking we're making progress, but we're not. Realize when we suffer from perfectionism is that we have to understand that the first step that we take, especially if it's something new, is going to be not good. It's not going to be perfect. It probably won't even be close to where you will be if you keep taking steps. So just realizing that that first step is going to be messy. It might not be great. It might be terrible actually, but accept that and know that everybody starts at the bottom. Everybody starts from zero. So just keep going, but you have to take action in order to progress. I want to talk to you, and I'm getting really close because we as moms have a problem with overcommitting. We decide that everybody is more important than us and we say yes to everything. We want to be there for our spouses. We want to be there for our kids. We want to be there for the teachers, for all the school events, for everything going on with our friends and our extended family and our dogs and our animals. Like we just want to be that person. And that is because we are nurturers and we love everyone around us. There is nothing wrong with that. However, where it becomes detrimental and sabotaging to yourself is when you can't have any room for what you need to do and any room for you moving forward towards your goals. So what is a fix for this mode of self-sabotage? And that is the soft no. Like you can tell people, no, I don't have the capacity for that this week. I'm unable to be there. I cannot do that. Nope, that's not going to work for me. There's all kinds of ways that you can do it. And so what I also want to tell you is as you do that, you don't have to explain why you can't do something. You don't have to say, I'm not able to do that because of A, B, C, and D. No, you're allowed to say no because you have to do what matters for you. And sometimes that is having a rest day or taking a mental break or not loading yourself down with more commitments and time things that you need to do outside of the home. Sometimes that is taking time for yourself, and that's okay. The last one is fatigue. And this one is detrimental because it can also negatively impact your health. So it's not just looking at, oh, I'm sabotaging myself for my goals and tasks that I need to get done. I could also be damaging myself internally because you need rest in order to function properly and for everything internally to work the way it should. So fatigue is a killer. So what do we need to do so we don't allow this sabotaging method to go with us into 2026? The fix for fatigue is, even when we are tired, one, we already know we need to rest, but what do we need to do to keep our momentum going is knowing that just doing something for a small amount of time. So if you're doing a habit of exercise, so every day I try to do a little bit of movement. Some days I may do up to 60 minutes. Those are those days that I feel very energized. I'm rested. I have everything planned out very well. But on those days that are very busy, I try to at least do 10 to 20 minutes of something because then I still keep my momentum going, but also I don't feel bad about, okay, I didn't reach that goal. I still did move today, right? So what's one thing that you can do every day that still makes an impact, but it doesn't have to be for the full length of time if you're fatigued? That's how you don't sabotage. I hope that you are able to take one of these fixes and attack self-sabotage in your life so you don't take any of these negative habits into 2026, because we know as the new year approaches, everybody likes to set goals. Everybody likes to look back on what they did in the year prior. So what I want you to do is go ahead and try to eliminate these as quickly as you can, because we are in quarter 4 and 2026 is coming soon. So what can you identify with? Can you identify with procrastination, perfectionism, not being able to say no, or fatigue? Can you identify with all of them? That is okay. But what does that mean? You need to take one at a time to eliminate them. I am so glad that you watched this video. I will definitely let you know that you need to be encouraged. You can use these fixes and get over it. But what I will tell you that will also help you is my newsletter. It is free. It's called The Done List. You can sign up for it. I definitely encourage you to do so. The link is in the description below. I would love to share the information with you because it's going to help your productivity, but it's also going to give you tips that you can use so you can focus on you and not sabotage as we move through this quarter and into the new year. Please tune in to my next video because I will continue to address these topics. If you did not see the video prior to this where I address weekly planning, I definitely think you should. It'll be linked up here somewhere and you can press and watch that, because what I want you to do is link it with this video and you will be unstoppable. So continue on with your day and I will see you in the next one. Bye.